Hey, it's John Cruz here. We're at the Spro Pinnacle Writers Conference on Table Rock Lake. It's mid-April, and we got kind of a cool morning here. A lot of the fish spawned about a week or so ago. Some of them are starting to move up now, so you got a lot of fish in that, still in that pre-spawn mode, and then a lot of fish I think are actually in that post-spawn mode, close to post-spawn. So I'm trying to target the fish that are moving in and moving out with this Spro Little John Baby DD. It runs about 13 feet deep. It's a perfect bait for that post-spawn period when the fish just start to move out, and when those fish are moving in on the pre-spawn. So hopefully we can catch one or both of the above. With this pre and post-spawn deal, usually the fish set up in that 8 to 10 foot range. I would say most of the time, but sometimes they'll get out a little bit further. Sometimes they'll be up a little bit shallower when they're staging and when they're moving out. So I'm kind of targeting that range here, but it looks like the fish were more out up under the boat in that 12 foot range. That's where that first fish came. So I'm backing out a little bit and trying to hit that range, that 12 to 14 feet range. So this bait can cover from 8 all the way out to 13, 14 feet of water. That's the best part about it. There he is. Fish on. Oh yeah. Good fish here. Oh, it's a chunk. Big chunk smallmouth. Baby DD, cellmate color. I don't know, 2 1/4 pound smallmouth. But I was in that 12 foot range out there. Had to get out off the bank. That was definitely the deal. This fish looks like it's a pre-spawner. It doesn't look like it spawned yet. Look how thick that thing is. So this must be one of those pre-spawners. You can see his tail is nice and clean. That's another thing you can do is inspect the fish, and you can figure out what kind of fish you're fishing for. It's definitely a pre-spawner. This Little John Baby DD, it's a real good in-between size bait. It's a relatively small bait that gets really deep. It gets in that 13 to 14 foot range. It's real good in that 11 to 12 range, but as you can see, it's much smaller than the original big DD. It's a lot smaller. It's still got the soft tungsten weight transfer system in it. Still got the Gamakatsu round bend treble hooks on it. Still got the good paint jobs. This is a cellmate. We got 7 different colors, all really good tried and true. Kind of a little bit of everything from spring crawl to the cellmate. You even got the spooky nasty, the clearer colors. So got a little something for everything. And man, it's certainly a fish catcher for sure. Having the right setup is really key when you're cranking, especially when you're deep cranking anything deeper than 10 feet. This bait, it's about a 5/8 ounce. It casts real far. In order to cast it real far, you got to have the right rod. This is a Pinnacle Perfecta Micro 711 cranking rod. It absolutely throws this bait a mile. I got a Pinnacle Optimus XT 6/4 to 1. I like a little bit higher speed, so you can really speed crank. And I'm fishing it on 12-pound Vicious Pro Elite fluorocarbon. The fluorocarbon is the deal for cranking any deeper than say 8 or 10 feet, because you lose all your feel with mono versus fluorocarbon. You can feel every little wiggle that crankbait makes. So that is definitely the deal. And the most important part that's probably overlooked with the crankbait setup are the treble hooks. And making sure that you have sharp treble hooks are very important. The Spro Little John Baby DD comes with number 3 round bend trebles, the sharpest hooks you can get. But if you're fishing rocks and stuff like that, like we got here, those hooks will dull up, and you've got to just pay attention, make sure they stay sharp. Make sure you keep new ones on there, and you'll land a big percentage of those fish. There he is. Feels like a good fish. Oh, baby DD. Man, these fish fool you. You think they're a lot bigger than they are. They really pull. They're really pulling right now. That's another good smallmouth. Not a giant. Definitely a nice one. There we go. What I found here is a little ridge between a point and an island. It's kind of a saddle, if you will, and the top of that saddle, it's somewhere between, you know, 8 and 10 feet on top, and you know, it kind of tapers off slowly on the sides, and it goes out into deeper water on both sides. It's kind of one of those staging places. Looks like these fish are a little more pre-spawn. They're not look like these smallmouth haven't spawned yet. So I guess they're kind of using it as a staging place to move up. Ooh, this fish is pulling. Look at that head throbbing. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. Look at that big fish right there. Spro, Little John, baby DD. Big fat largemouth out there staging. So as you can see, thanks for joining us at the Spro Pinnacle Writers Conference. Make sure to check out Tackle Warehouse for the Spro, Little John, baby DD, Pinnacle rods, and everything else I was using here. So we'll see you later. Whew.
This is the big bite shaking squirrel. Okay, I designed this worm primarily for a drop shot. Really, really good drop shot worm. But I've gotten where I catch a lot of fish shaking a worm with it. It's really soft, and to me that's a big deal.